Wow, let's talk about Kanye motherfucking West. I have been, okay, let's just be honest here. I'm going to be real. I have never been a Kanye stan. I have never been a Kanye fanatic. And they're out there. And I don't knock them for it. Everyone has their favorite artists. The Kanye thing never hit me. My brother Kadeem, huge Kanye fan. Loved Kanye's first album. Loved Kanye's second album. Loved Kanye's third album. My brother Kadeem was a big Kanye fan growing up. I just never... I don't know. I can't tell y'all what it is. It never clicked to me. He was never the coolest. He was just different, and that's fine. I never hated him or anything. I never like he was whack. Like I've liked him, but I never loved him like how people love Kanye West. Kanye West's antics this week are nothing less than I expect from Kanye West today. Like that's just who he is. I think he's always had a chip on his shoulder because he's always been, pushed to the back of the line. Never thought he was the coolest. Girls never liked him as much. He had to get signed. He had to get the chains and all that other shit. He had to blow up as a hip hop star in order for him to have any type of, moves. But at the end of the day, Kanye doesn't move like let's be real. He just doesn't move like a regular nigga. He doesn't. He's never moved like a regular nigga. The number one thing I've always loved from Kanye, to be honest, was, I can't say. Well, I'm gonna throw a little bit of throw this a little bit to the left, but I've always loved his shoes. I hate the Adidas. I hate I'm not a fan of any of the. I don't own any of those Adidas. Like I think they are the. I'll just be real. I don't like them. I think they're terrible looking. I don't like the Kanye Adidas that everyone has. Those low cut, low top, almost travel sandals. And there's so many people wearing them that I'm thinking, and even the material they're made out of, I'm like, bro, there's so many fakes walking around here at this point, and you wouldn't even be able to tell. I'm not a fan of the Adidas Kanye sneaker. I'm a fan of the Nike Air Yeezy 2s. I love those shoes. I'm still searching for the black Solar ones. Those are the only things that I've actually ever liked about Kanye, was those sneakers, the second Nike sneaker. Everything else about Ye, bro, has always just been off to me. I think he's one of those people within the industry, and I've been around people who've been around him, and how he speaks and the things he talks about, and these long monologues that he really goes into like out of the blue. Like he's really like that. He's just an off dude, period. And we live in a generation where we like to literally label everything. People want to say he's bipolar. People want to say he's depressed, or he has ADD and all these other psychological disorders. But I think Kanye's just literally like that. I think he's a different fucking guy, period. He's no longer living in Chicago. He doesn't have any of his original partners around him. And to be honest, I would hate to be Kanye's friend, because if any of your friends know that you're friends with Kanye, every time he does something, you have to then go and answer the question of like, hey man, what's up with your friend, man? Like, what's up with your bro? What's up with Kanye? Like, it just seems like don't you? I think we all have that one person that we're friends with who does some stupid shit, and then when you're not with him at that moment, he or she at that moment, other people got to ask you like, hey, what the fuck's up with your friend? I think we all have that kind of friend in our lives. I think Kanye's that guy, man. And after last week's antics, calling into Ebro and literally just saying, I love you, man. I just want to let you know I love you. Like, he just kept saying that on the line, but it was led in by him saying like, yo, I'm gonna call Ebro and I'm gonna cuss him out on air. But then he just had a change of heart and it's like, yo, I love you, man. He just kept saying that. And then there was the Donald Trump thing saying, hey, I love Donald Trump, he's my brother. And I'm like, okay, I'm fully in agreement. Like I said, I did the whole Instagram rant. I'm fully in agreement with being your own person and being an individualist and not following the path just because so many people are following the path. I understand. I get that idea, because people do that. People follow trends all the time. But for him to be the one standout guy, like you're Kanye West, you got to understand who you are. You gotta have some type of self-awareness to know when you say, I love Donald Trump, he's my brother, you put on a Make America Great Again hat. You have to know that the repercussions of those actions are going to be more dire than you not saying those words. He could have never shown support for Donald, but he chose to. And that's just like, I gotta be real, I think this is just a bitch move. I gotta be honest, I think it's just a bitch ass move. Like, even if he was just trolling, even if he's doing all this for the headlines, because what better way to cause some headlines than Kanye West saying, I love Donald Trump? There's nothing bigger than that, because this is the same man who, when Katrina happened, went on air next to fucking Mike Myers and said, George Bush doesn't care about black people. Like, you said that. You know, he fucking said that. And if you ever go back and look at that clip, it's the funniest shit ever, because Mike Myers looks at Kanye West how Shrek would look at Donkey. And by the way, Mike Myers does voice Shrek. So every time I've ever watched that, it looks like Mike Myers is like in Shrek form, and he looks at Donkey saying some crazy shit like, "What? Donkey!" Like, it's the weirdest shit in the world to me. Please go watch that clip when you get a chance. I don't know, man. Kanye's an off guy. There's new music supposedly coming. He's talking about Tiana Taylor's album's coming. He's talking about Pusha T's album's coming. He's talking about he's executive produced the thing for Nas, which we're going to get into in a minute. I got some things to say about Nas as well. But I don't know, man. You guys let me know where you stand with this. Is Kanye just fucking crazy, or is he the smart? Like, I honestly feel he is the smartest, most lucrative anti-troll of all time. You can't help but be caught up in his antics. It doesn't help that he's married to a Kardashian, the biggest media headline family you could have. They know how to flip everything into a positive. They've perfected it at this point. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next with my mans. I know that the music is supposedly coming, and if it's coming, that's great. I don't know what he's going to drop next. I think we are currently in an era of, you literally can only give to your fans. Like, you got to stop thinking you can control the masses, because you can't. You can't. J. Cole just came out with the KOD album. I listened to it. I get it. I understand. I think Cole literally is one of those artists who can literally appeal to the people who love Cole. That's it. But Cole can't change the culture of hip hop or rap music right now, because it doesn't belong to him. It doesn't belong to anybody right now. Hip hop and rap has always belonged to the youth. Always. Always. It's great to hear Cole's album. He's literally giving his own view and narrative on the current state of hip hop, or current state of hip hop or rap, period. But it won't change anything, because he's not in control and he can't control the masses. That's why there's gonna be fuck J. Cole rants at Smoke Perp and Lil Pump shows. That's what's gonna happen. Because they don't give a shit about you, J. Cole. They genuinely don't give a fuck. You can say what you want on a record. You can diss all these niggas and lyrically kill them off, but they literally don't give a fuck, bruh. They still gonna fuck with their artists, and that's the world we're living in. And I think that's where we are as a generation of music. Just cater to your fans, cater to the people who want to listen to you, and that's all you can really do. But yeah, man, Kanye's on some other shit. I don't know what the music is gonna sound like, and for him to troll the entire world, talking about scoop diddy doop, scoop diddy. And this is the part I hated the most, was hearing people like, yo, this shit is actually hard. Excuse me? Okay, you people are obviously the fucking problem here. You people are the reason Kanye can do and say what he wants. He can literally do that and it's no issues. Mind you, Eminem is arguably the best rap artist creatively, lyrically there's ever been. And he literally said to the world, like, yo, I bullshitted on Encore, or I can't remember which. I think it was Eminem Show and then Encore, one of the albums that came after the Eminem Show, which was a great album. And he said that I bullshitted that whole way, that whole album, because I knew I could say what I want. And he wasn't at his best game, and he knows that. But he knew people were going to go buy the album. So Kanye West is literally in that same place. Like, I'm just going to say scoop diddy doop, and people are going to fuck with it. That's corny, bro. That's not cool. That shit trash, bro. You can say what you can say how you feel. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. My opinion, that shit was stupid and trash of him to even pull that bullshit. Yo, what's going on? It's Khleo Thomas, a.k.a. Mr. Slick Living. If you enjoyed this clip of the AwareWolvvves podcast, make sure you sign on to patreon.com/Khleo Thomas and pledge today so you can have access to the full episode.